So we're gonna make a tin type aluminum plate using the Brownie number 2. And got everything I need right here to do that. Start with the black plate. It's just regular aluminum. This is what's called trophy aluminum. It's what they have on trophies that they'll engrave your name into. This is a mixture of nitrocellulose, ether, alcohol, and cadmium salts. I missed a corner on that one. So pour off the excess back in. The cadmium salts are part of what makes it photosensitive. But because there's no silver, it's not photosensitive yet. So we give it 15-20 seconds to dry out a little bit. And this is a silver bath. This is just water with silver highlight crystals dissolved into it. And so what happens is that mixes with the cadmium salts and becomes photosensitive. We're going to go set up the shot because that's going to take about 4 minutes. So what happens when the silver crystals mix with the cadmium salts, it becomes photosensitive, and when it gets struck by light, it dissolves into a liquid, or not a liquid, but a metallic silver instead of a crystal silver. And when you put the developer or the fixer on it, anything that's sorry, I'm setting up the shot. Anything that's still anything that's metallic silver stays on the plate, and anything that's still in the crystal form gets washed off. So we'll see that here. So this little camera has a bunch of options. This right here controls the shutter speed. So you hold that, it stays open as long as I need it to, which is what I need for this, because it's probably going to be a 5 or 6 second. Otherwise it does that. And if it was really bright out, you move this up and it reduces the aperture. So that's what we'll be using to take the picture today. I've also had it modified slightly because I think the chemicals were ruining the metal housing inside for shooting on film. So I've had a friend of mine 3D print a frame holder that we're going to use. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. We'll go back in here and get ready to... Okay, so...
Is that too bright?
I think so.
I can turn it down a little.
Just turn it down. Yeah, turn it down a lot.
I'll put it to 50, maybe 20%.
Yeah, there you go. I like that better.
We'll do 30. Oh, my camera's not liking this. No, the camera. The gimbal's not liking me touching the camera.
Okay. So this is the dark room. I've got an LED. LEDs only emit a single wavelength, so it's usually pretty safe. Now, this particular chemistry isn't very photosensitive anyway. So I've got light leaks here, light leaks pretty much all over the place, but it's not going to be enough to ruin the exposure. So we'll give it 30 more seconds. It may be done. Let me check. Okay, so we don't get this oily surface coming off, so that means it's pretty much ready. So we'll use that. We'll just say it's good. Okay. And this isn't an exact thing. Humidity can affect how long all this takes, and I want to try and save as much of the silver water as I can, so I'm just tapping it off into the unit. From this point, I have about 10 minutes to make an exposure. Otherwise, it won't turn out. So we open this up. We drop that in the frame. This camera is falling apart a little bit. So I rubber band it together. And we'll take it out and we'll do the exposure. Everything's light safe at the moment. Okay, some people will say this doesn't help a lot, but I'm using a light meter app on my phone to try and get exposure time. Some people say that doesn't work because a lot of the light, about 8 seconds I think, a lot of the spectrum that this chemistry is not visible, so it's not going to be detected. But I've gotten really good luck with it so far. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I felt I was counting a little fast, so I went a second longer.
You get the majority. Dad gets the next amount.
Okay. So what else do we need? So we're back in the dark room. Drop the plate out of the camera. Now, this isn't like a normal dark room where you dip the plate or the paper in the thing. You actually pour the developer on to the plate, and then you shake it to kind of get it to cover everything. And you give it about 15 seconds. 10, 9. Okay. And then you stop it. And by stop it, it just means dilute the developer to the point where, and you see it's running off kind of greasy there. We want to have it stop doing that. Okay, and at this point it's no longer photosensitive. We can turn the lights on. So go ahead and do that if you'd like. Okay, and there, we have it in a negative. Now, to get the positive image, we have to wipe away all of the silver crystals that still remain. To do that, we put it in our fixer bath. And you'll see all those white areas just kind of disappear. having performance anxiety, I screwed up a little bit. You can see some defects in this one, but it looks good. So after this, we pull it out and we rinse it off. If we don't get all of the fix off of it, in about a decade, it'll start to disappear. If we are successful in getting all the fix off of it, this should last for about 200, 300 years. We don't actually know yet. We still have plates from that time that are still perfect from about 150 years ago when this was developed. Here we go.